Guys, it's Lisa, the spiritual and sassy therapist, coming to tell you I had a cool aha thing happen yesterday for me, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Um, so, what I've been noticing for myself is that depending on my mood, sometimes when I'm looking on social media, I tend to get stressed out when I am seeing a lot of the posts right now that feel political or very divisive in some way. I'm getting really stressed out by people on either extreme that tend to be negative, hateful, that kind of thing. So I totally support everyone having their own beliefs and totally believe everybody is coming from a similar place of wanting to feel safe and good and free. But I have a big reaction when I hear things coming from these extreme sides, and it was causing me a lot of stress. So then yesterday, I ended up having a conversation with somebody about Buddhism and how I'm totally paraphrasing and forgive my perhaps ignorance in this, but how in Buddhism there is the belief that in life there is suffering and that really the suffering stems from my expectations or attachments to things being different than the way things are. So if I have suffering in my life, it's not external things that are to blame, that it is my own expectations that things should be different than what they are. So I was having that conversation. And later on in the day, I decided to lay out in the hammock in my yard because it's a nice sunny day in Michigan. And as I was laying out there, I found myself getting a little bit bothered because I had a neighbor on this side that was listening to music kind of loud, not particularly my favorite type of music. And I also had a neighbor over here that was also listening to music kind of loud and not my type of music. And I'm laying in my yard in the middle of it and kind of like, ugh, I wish both of their musics were quieter. I wish, they were music that I really enjoyed. And then I had the realization I have a choice about what I choose to focus on. I can hear their stuff and I can focus on it, or I always have the choice to instead listen to the sound of the breeze blowing through the trees that were right near me. And I have the choice to focus my attention on the sounds of the birds that I could hear. And I have the choice to focus on what does that breeze feel like on my skin on a hot day. It felt really good. I can still hear their music. It's still there. I can't get rid of it unless I guess, go into like a really, really deep meditation, which was not happening. But I also have the choice of what I choose to focus on. So that kind of coming back with the Buddhist philosophy of like, if I'm suffering, it's because of things being different than I expect them to be. If I expect to be in my backyard and have no one else want to be in their backyard and enjoy music, then I'm going to suffer. I'm going to be annoyed. I can't change either one of those things. And so what I have the choice of is, do I want to put my attention on something that feels good to me? Same thing is true for me when I am on social media. I can get stressed out and annoyed that, I see people being mean and hateful towards each other. Or I can notice that. I can't necessarily turn it off all the time. I can choose to move past them quickly and put my focus on something that makes me feel good and connected and brings me joy. And the more I do that, the less suffering I will have, the less annoyance I will have. I will feel better. So I just want to offer that up and see if there's a way that you might be able to apply that same sort of concept to your own life. I welcome you to, and I celebrate you being curious with yourself about what expectations you might be holding that might be causing you suffering. And as always, please give this a like and a share and a subscribe. And I'd love to hear your comments on some of the expectations you have and what it feels like to recognize them and maybe work on letting them go. So, peace out, guys.